Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Thursday, November 7th, 2013. I am Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, check out the November Karmic Shadows webinar. It is ready for your iPhone or Android. Download now at inclusiveastrology.com. Boom! The big day, Jupiter goes retrograde. Really, it's at a stationary retrograde position. That means that Jupiter is stopped. The planet of growth, expansion, knowledge, journeys, stories is stopped. Especially as we have been growing quite a lot since February. There has been much growth in our lives. We're talking Jupiter has gone through pretty much the whole sign of Gemini, and it's also gone through pretty much the whole sign of Cancer. So we have really explored new areas in our life. It has given us much abundance. Now it's time to understand what to do with all this abundance, especially as we are in this powerful grand water trine that we've been in this year with all this energy in Scorpio we're dealing with all this energy in Pisces, with all this energy in Cancer. I mean, there is a lot to review inside of our inner world, of our emotions, especially now that Jupiter has retrograded. And you're going to start to see that wherever the moon is, especially as Jupiter retrogrades, there is a lot of deep inner reflection. And here today, we still got the moon in Capricorn, which is gonna hump over Pluto, square Uranus, all as the sun is coming off Saturn in Scorpio. So, you know, this has been big decisions in our life, big turning points. And I think it is time for us to really understand the plans of what we gotta do. There's work involved. We've talked about this work. You know, it's hard to escape this reality as we're so embedded in it, and we're having to change every little aspect of it, and we can feel that energy, how we can be so stuck here. But what do you do with that energy? This is great for you to put together the work that is necessary to get the life you want, to take actions in the correct way. You know, Mars is still sextiling over to the Sun and Saturn, so there is this positivity in you taking correct actions. But this, again, is not about, you know, doing the whole project, but the small things that lead to the project, the small things that lead to the plans, the inner work that you're doing of stepping into the correct identity. The moon does square Uranus today, and it does conjunct Pluto, and it does step into starting to oppose the Jupiter retrograde energy. So there's a lot of us looking around to make sure that, you know, we're happy with our status in our life, we're happy with where our goals are being achieved, and to make sure that, you know, we're ready to review the comfort zones that we have found and make sure that we understand where they have brought us to. That, you know, we need these comfort zones in order for us to achieve what we want in our life. It's like base camp before you walk to the top of a mountain. Feels pretty comfortable when you're at the top of the mountain. You know you can radio back to base camp to send the helicopter. Well, in your life, there is a lot to review now of whether or not you feel comfortable with the base camp down at the bottom in your life and you're able to go achieve the goals that you want. Are you really able to? So there's a lot to pay attention to, especially as Mercury now is starting to trine Neptune as it is going to its almost stationary position. I think it's important for you to really pay attention to. Of course, we talk about the signs, your imagination. There is this imagination, there is this download that the universe is trying to send you. And there is a connection that you must find with your higher self now to make sure that you're aligned with everything at the turning point correctly. You know, a lot of people wrote on Facebook with me, like I prepared people like, you guys ready for the shift? People are like, I don't feel it, or, you know, You know, I don't think people realize, and I think this is the reason why people follow my channel, is I don't do typical Susan Miller astrology. If you just want to read your astrology that says tomorrow, you know, is a good day for fishing and yesterday is a great day for getting a job interview, then go do that kind of astrology. I'm here doing evolutionary, esoteric, deep astrology. This is about a huge shifting point where the universe has been pulling much of levers as a whole new storybook is to envelop in your life, new decisions. And we're talking about years upon years and even in some cases decades of a whole new story that you're beginning at this point in your life. You got to be aware enough to understand, to start to figure out all the pieces, all the strings, all the puppets are being pulled for all this to happen for you. That's the astrology I focus on, are these turning points in your life. And this is a turning point for you to really see if you've got a correct base camp and you've got a correct mountaintop that you're willing to go reach. Are you ready to go do it? Do you feel secure enough? Do you have the right emotions? Are you rooted in the great place? Are you in your soul? Are you listening to your soul? Are you taking consideration what your truth is? Or are you just faking all this? Are you fearful? Are you not stepping into it? You know, the moon's going to test today to see, especially as Jupiter comes off, comfort zones are gone. Comfort zones are gone. I guarantee you today you're going to see, God, I just want to go take a nap, or I want to do this, but the universe is pulling you to have to go do something else. I guarantee you it today. So that's the astrology I do, and I hope that you pay attention to that, you know. I don't do, you know, I would not pay attention to when I do a horoscope for the day as if like, you know, I'm just looking at the day. I'm looking at the buildup of so much more than just that day. The evolutionary process of it all, the understanding of what we're going through, the understanding of what this is all turning towards. And this is all turning towards, and especially in relationships, I want to end with this before I got to go, because I got to go. I'm crazy busy right now. Relationships are a big part of this. You know, it's been the whole year, 2013. It's actually been since 2012 as we had the Venus eclipse. It's set in motion. Aligning with past life, future life, the correct partnerships. 85% of the relationships out there in the world are not truthful or are not in their truth. I guarantee you it. You know, so there's 15% that are, and they know, and they're on the right same page, and they're aware of their lives together. They're aware of the turning. This is about to see whether or not in your partnerships you guys can reach the mountaintop together. And you know, oh, I shouldn't say this, but I will, because some people like when I just go a little bit crazy, but this is the truth. If you're gonna go do a project, like let's say we're gonna go make something happen, and it requires us to run, okay? So let's say we've got to do a hike and we've got to go climb up the mountain and we have only a day to do it, and it usually takes 2 days. So we're gonna need extra fast people and people who can do it. If I go get somebody who is really overweight and they don't ever work out and they're really tired and they don't know how to run and they've had heart attacks, the truth is I probably cannot partner with them to go there. In your life, are you partnering with situations where it just does not make sense? Are you a spiritual person in a non-spiritual relationship? Are you somebody who's aware of where your life's turning and that partnership is nowhere near that turn? This is where the work comes, the plans. It comes down to the coldness of Capricorn, which is the iciest, coldest besides Aquarius, but they're both the same. Sun, father energy in this energy, so they're right next to each other too. This is the cold energy where you must, you know, sorry, I love you, you're great. We go to McDonald's together and eat McChickens, but I can't take you up the mountain, bro. Like, we eat salads on the mountain and, you know, sorry, like, it's gonna be pretty intense. I hate to say it, but that's some Scorpio truth. This is the truth in your relationships, in your life, and this is a 3-month story. A 3-month tour of coldness and truth, of really getting your shit together with your relationships and making sure that people are on the right teams. And I hope you guys check out my website if you want to get a one-on-one reading with me. Thank you guys for all of your support. Remember, this is a weird turning point. There's all this crazy stuff happening. Watch yesterday's horoscope to get deeper into it all. I gotta go. I love you, and I'll see you for the weekend forecast.